The Galilee garage therapy. Tap into my channel, that's where you wanna be. 87 Monte Carlo West has name goes. I bet when I punch the gas, all you see is white smoke. And you know we do it big Texas, so we going 100 spokes like we on West Coast. Mexican League garage therapy, come get with me, come get with me.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Mexican Lee back with another video. This is going to be on the Regal. We're almost done with it. But tonight we're going to install this steering wheel and a, what is it called? It's not a security system. It's a not a pop-off steering wheel. It's a quick release. So y'all see the factory steering wheel. All right, we took it off the other day, had trouble taking it off, bent my bolts up real bad to my tool, so that's why I ended up getting those new hardened bolts. So y'all seen that in a previous video. So this is the steering wheel that my son bought. It is a oh, this is different from mine. I thought this was all metal in the back that had the grip. So this one is different. Anyways, it's a Forever Sharp steering wheel. It's got the 6-hole, and then he's got the NRG quick release kit. This is part number, shit, I don't know anything about these. This is new to me. I never installed one of these, so.
It's the 2.5 generation.
2.5 generation is what he said. Quick release kit, part number SRK 250BK. So let me switch this camera around and show y'all. Okay. SRK-250BK. This is the quick release kit. I'm not sure what's what. We opened the box and I looked at some of this stuff. I guess this is the horn button. And then this is the
short hub adapter.
The short hub adapter that we have to actually put on the car. So this will go on the car first. Then I believe we install that on this, and then the steering wheel gets installed on that. So y'all gonna learn firsthand, just like I am. I ain't never installed one of these before. I guess none of this stuff came with directions, so we watched a few videos here and there, so we're gonna figure this shit out. I was hoping to get some directions. I like reading directions first and foremost before I mess with any of this kind of stuff. Even though you look at the shit and it looks super easy, I like reading directions before I touch any of this crap. So y'all stay tuned, man. NRG quick release kit with the Forever Sharp wood grain steering wheel on the Regal. All right, so again, if y'all haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, like, comment. Oh shit, oh, this shit's all tore up. But y'all come along for the ride, man. All right, we'll cut you back on here in a second. All right, y'all, we're back. Okay, so I had to get some tools together. Kind of had to watch a couple videos to kind of figure out what all these parts are for this kit. A few of them I have no idea what they're for. We just figured out that these are to make a ground contact for this unit. I guess one goes between the hub that goes on the car, and these are vehicle specific, so make sure whatever hub you get is specifically made for your application, your car. So this is made for the GM trucks. I can't remember exactly the years, but it's for the GM trucks and GM cars. Probably mid 70s to mid 80s. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that shit. like I said, there was no directions that came with any of this stuff. So make sure y'all get on the website and look for vehicle specific parts. I'm not even going to tell y'all this is what you need. This is what we needed for this car. So again, these are to put, I guess, in between the hub and the adapter to make a ground. I don't know how. We aren't going to use them. That shit's going to just be out the way. This ring came with the kit. I have no idea what this thing is for. I hope we ain't going to need it. That shit's getting thrown to the side too. As far as what we needed to take the horn off, 7mm bolt. You got two of them behind the horn. One here, one here. They go in the back. Take those two off. Pull your horn off a little bit, but be careful because you have a wire that connects in here. It twists inside here in a little plastic fitting. This little deal right here, you see how it has that little ear on it there, and there's one on the top. This goes inside here. This is your contact. This is what makes your horn beat. It goes in, and then you twist it a little bit, and it locks in place just like that. Okay, see that little slot right there? That's where that little ear goes into, and you push it in, twist it to the right a little bit, and then it locks in place. All right, so when this touches ground, we don't have the battery hooked up, but that right there will make your horn beat. Okay, you got to have that wire. So please be careful when you take that apart. Don't just rip your horn off and break that shit, because then you got to find a new one. I'm not even sure if they sell these new. I'm sure they do somewhere, but again, they don't make new parts like they did the old ones, so be careful. So that's the horn button to this horn. This bolt right here, you have to take this one off. This is a 21mm. I don't know what it is. I'm hoping it's metric. I don't know if it's standard. I don't know the standard size, but we got a 21 and we're gonna make it work. So get that off. We kind of already had this steering wheel off the other day. We fought and got it off. So we didn't put it on super tight. Turn that down. We didn't turn that on, put it on super tight. So that was pretty easy to come off. But we need to install this tool in order to get it off. This point right here will go inside your steering, in that bolt in the center on your steering column, and work its way out once we put our two bolts on this right here in those two holes. They're gonna go right here. All right, so here, hold this camera real quick.
Yep.
Let me show them how to do this real fast. So y'all stay tuned, pay attention. I'm gonna put a couple washers on here. I was hoping we could find a couple better washers, but I'm gonna use these little raggedy ass washers for now, at least so we can keep going and get done. Got a couple doctor's appointments I got to get to first thing in the morning, and I can't be late. And this car's got to get out the shop. This boy's got to get on the road. So you line this up the best you can. In your steering wheel pulling kit, you're going to have about 3 or 4 different sets of bolts, different lengths, different sizes, different thread pitches. So you're going to have to find the one that matches up with your car and install those bolts. I don't know the size of these off the top of my head. I can't remember the thread pitch, but these are the ones that work on this car. Like I said, all cars are going to be different. Shit, I need a 13mm.
13. Give me that.
Yep. Sorry, y'all. That's why I asked to have all these tools in the car before I got home from work, so this would go by so much faster. But things weren't ready. So it is what it is. But anyways, you go ahead and get these tightened down as tight as you can make them, and then
It's the right size.
we are going to make them even. You want to make them even so your tool is not lopsided or crooked. Let's make these a little tight, level. Hopefully these ones don't bend like my other ones did, but this steering wheel should come off pretty easily since we had it off already. Oh, hell. Oh, that's gonna have to work because I can't get it down no more. All right, so y'all see we got those 2 bolts threaded in the holes in the steering wheel. I put a couple washers on mine because I don't like for them that the heads on the bolts are almost the same size as this, so I want to make sure that doesn't pull through when we're trying to pull this thing off, because you got to have some decent force on this thing in order to get it off. So let's see if we can do this. Show y'all. Tighten that, hold that steering wheel. Oh, it's gonna start twisting already. Well, I think she actually popped off because we already had it off, so should come off fairly easy. But what you're doing is you're twisting this bolt, you're tightening it, and what it's doing is it's pressing on this part of your steering column on that stud, and it's pulling your steering wheel out as this bolt is going in. So yeah, because what we did before, prior to this, we got it off, fought like a mother though, like I said, but when I took it off, I put a little bit of grease on there so it would make it a little bit easier coming off. So now steering wheel's out the way. All right, this stuff doesn't need to come off. You got your all your wiring and stuff underneath here. We don't need to take any of that off. I believe on this car I had already replaced the signal switch, which I'd like to later on change this handle out. This thing's all peeled up and wore out. We can get a new one later on. We don't have cruise control on the car, so we don't need cruise control. I don't care about any of that. The wipers, the switch is actually up here on the dash, so we don't need any of that either on this one. I think this column came out of a different car, if I'm not mistaken. But all right, let's keep moving. So with the hub, like I told y'all before, your horn button wire, okay, goes inside here. Remember how I told y'all it's got that little slot right there? So what you do is you push this inside there, and see if we can focus. You see that little ear right there? It goes inside that slot. You push it in, turn it, and let it go. It locks in place right there. If you yank on this too hard, you're either going to break that ear off or you're going to break this piece right here. Yes, you can buy them new, but you have to take all this apart in order to replace just that. Or I'm not sure if they sell these right here, but I mean, hopefully they do by now. You should be able to get them by now. But let's see how this thing's gonna go on. The wheels are pretty much centered, I hope. The center of this adapter, it has this little white dot on it right here. That's how you want this little white dot facing up, 12 o'clock position. So let me get this wire out of here for now because I don't want to break it. So this will go on where your horn button wire is going to go. You want that to go inside this big hole right here. So you get that to line up the best you can. I believe it's going to line up there. Give me a flashlight because I need to see. If I go any further, which it will, that's going to be off. I don't want it there. So we're going to have to go over this way. I'm hoping this clears inside here. I need to put a light in there so I can see, before I wrench down on this, tighten down on this. And I actually need to look up what the torque spec is for this nut right here, so my son can do that while I'm doing this, trying to figure this out. So it does look like it doesn't hit. You guys see in there pretty good. It does rub on there a little bit, but it's not hidden. It's not going to break it. It's not going to interfere with it. So we can go ahead and put this exactly right where it's at. We just need to tighten it down. So, oh shoot. Let's put the nut back on. I'm gonna zip down on it, zip it down right quick with the impact, but I want to know what the actual torque is for this bolt. I'm just gonna zip it down for now just to get this piece tight. So y'all don't do what I'm doing. Don't do this at home. All right, do it the right way. See, that goes a long ways yet. So steering wheel to steering shaft nut 30 what? 30 pounds, 30 inch pounds. So we need to grab me my my torque wrench. All right, so for now, that's on there pretty tight. We're gonna torque it just to make sure. I do not want this to come loose. This steering column got jacked up pretty good. Normally there's a little ear or like a little level that sticks out right here, and it has like a E-clip, like a kind of almost like a, not a cotter pin, but it's like an E-clip that will snap on that in order to keep this nut from just falling off. Once this thing is pressed on real tight with this nut, 9 times out of 10 it ain't gonna just pop off. It's gonna take some force in order to get that off. You might have to pry it off even, because with these being aluminum, once these things get tightened down, that aluminum goes over them teeth, them spines on this shaft, and them things get pressed on pretty tight. So let me get this thing torqued. I guess we're gonna go to 30 pounds. Shit, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But let me cut this camera off real quick, get that done, and then we'll cut you back on here in a second. All right, y'all, we're back. Okay, so on my car, when the horn button was taken off, this part in here was broken. It was damaged a little bit. All right, so what I did for my horn button, the little wire, the little plastic piece, I went ahead and got my super glue, and I super glued this piece to the connecting piece inside that white piece I showed you under the steering wheel. That's not the right way to do it, but that's how we're doing it on this car, because this car has got to get out my shop. I can't leave it in here any longer. So for now, it's gonna get glued. We connected the battery. It should have went off. The alarm should have went off. Something's not touching.
No, I know. I'm waiting for you to stop.
No, go ahead and do it. I don't care if the alarm goes off. So now we're gonna go ahead and hook these wires up. He's connecting the battery. So we're gonna connect these wires. The yellow goes to the horn button wire. Then you have your ground right here. We're gonna touch this just to make sure that the horn's gonna actually beep. Once I know for sure that this wire controls the horn, then we'll go ahead and put the adapter on the what is this called? On the mount, I guess. Hey, what's this called again?
The short hub adapter.
Okay, the adapter. So this adapter has to get put on this adapter. All right. So anyways, let's touch this wire here on the ground. Yep. Okay. So that wire works. It works inside here. So what I'm gonna do, I put this shrink tube on this wire. We're gonna slide it down. I'm gonna get the heat gun, and we're gonna go ahead and shrink this tube down on this wire, just so that this wire doesn't ever make contact in here and make his horn go crazy. So let's get this. I might have to cut this camera off because I can't do it one-handed, but let me get this pulled over this wire and we'll cut you back on here in a second. All right, we're back, y'all. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Allen head bolts that attach this adapter to this adapter. So let's get these bolts started, finger started, hand tight, whatever. Man, I'm serious. I hate buying a product that has 0 instructions, man. This shit is for the price of this stuff, and I'm not sure if those QR codes on these boxes were there to be able to find directions on this stuff. It probably was, but things weren't read correctly. So that might be what it is. I don't know. I haven't done the research on this stuff because it's not mine. It's not my car, but I will be buying one of these to put this on Lucky 2 times. Grant doesn't make their security steering system anymore. It is discontinued. So I'm hoping they come out with something in the future, but for now, this is what I'll be putting on my car. These nuts right here, I would probably either put some Loctite on them, something that's not too strong, or what I'm gonna do, I'm taking one off once we get all this done, get the video done. I'm gonna take one off. I'm gonna go to the hardware store and buy me some lock washers for each one of these bolts, because just to be able to tighten this on like this is, to me, ain't safe. You want to be able to have this shit locked in place to where these don't come loose, to where you're constantly having to pull this Allen wrench out and tighten them. A lot of times people don't pay attention to this kind of stuff. This shit wiggles loose, you're driving your car and then the damn steering wheel pops off. So that, to me, is very not well put together. Again, I'm taking one of these off and I will be going to the hardware store first thing in the morning to get lock washers. This will come back apart one by one, and we're going to put lock washers on this thing. I don't want to put Loctite in here because we may have to take this back off and service the column or something, maybe change something. We might have to take this whole unit off later. So I'm not going to put Loctite in here and not be able to get this loose or taken apart. So, like I said, I hope we're doing this correctly. I'm just looking at parts, going by what we kind of have in our face, and putting together what appears to be correct. So, we'll know here in a little bit. But let me finish this up, and we'll cut you back on here in a second. All right, y'all, we're back. So now, like I said, I took the one screw out of here to where I will be going to the hardware store in the morning to get lock washers. Now, this kid did buy the lock that goes on this hub, and let me tell you, man, that thing is sweet. That is awesome, because before, I guess, before this kit, they had the Generation 1 or whatever it was called. That one didn't have a lock. All you had was this hub that was exposed, and somebody could have easily put some vice grips or something on this thing, took your car, and would be able to steer the car with this right here. With just, like I said, putting some vice grips or something, locking them on this hub. But now, the Generation 2, or whatever this is called, kit, comes with this lock. I'm going to show y'all how to work that here in a second. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to attempt to put the steering wheel on the part that pops off of the hub, quick release adapter. So let me show him, give him the camera real quick, and we're gonna attempt to put this on. So with this steering wheel, the Forever Sharp steering wheels, this is what I have on the SS, but it's a different style. You have to put the horn button on over the steering wheel, and what you do is you put your screws, your bolts, in through the steering wheel button. They come through the back, and then you attach them to your hub. But at the same time, you have to figure out how you're going to do your wires. So you got your ground wire here, and what they specify for the Forever Sharp horn button, the one closest to the end is going to be your ground. So let's attach the ground. I don't think this is going to work. We need smaller clips. Well, let's see if we can use this wider side without breaking them. And then too, we need to figure out what's center on this adapter. That I don't know either. What was center on this thing? This right here?
Yep, just like that.
Okay. So we got that attached.
This one right here is center.
Okay.
But just a little correction on what you said earlier. That lock, it doesn't come with this. That's separate.
Yeah, but it's made for this kit though. That's why I said you bought that separate.
I believe it goes with any of the generations of the quick release.
All right. You guys can look that up on their website. I don't know. I didn't purchase this kit, like I said. So y'all can look that up. So let's get this steering wheel lined up. Get your wires attached. I want to be real careful with this thing, man, because y'all see how beautiful this thing is polished. You're gonna have to keep putting polish on this thing to keep it nice.
Yep.
Because being in that sun or taking it on and off, it's gonna get all scratched up.
Mm-hmm.
So the ground wire will attach to the most outer side connector. Let's take this out of there for now. Shit, I should have made them longer. So for those at home that are going to want to do this, make your wires a little bit longer. That way you're not scratching shit all up. Oh my God.
Them ones are too big for these?
Shit, yep. They attached to that one fine. These ones are too small. We're gonna have to cut that one back on. Let me cut this camera off, y'all, and get this done, situated, and then we'll cut you back on here in a second. All right, y'all, we're back. So we got it figured out. I ended up having to change one of the connectors on the ground wire. It was a little bit too skinny, so I went ahead and used the one that came with the kit and put a butt connector in between the one that was already attached to the adapter. Put those two wires together and got it to work on the horn button for the steering wheel. So now he's connecting his battery again. We're gonna go ahead and check the connection as far as the connection for the horn button, just to make sure it works correctly. As long as it works correctly, then we know we got it where it needs to be, and we can go ahead and put all these bolts in and tighten down the steering wheel where she's going to sit for good on the adapter. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten these couple up, that way she grounds. When it actually has its own ground, it had the wire that was already connected to it, that was connected to the base, so it's already grounded. But man, this horn is, beautiful. Beautiful. The only thing I do not like about it, and it's kind of almost the same as the Grant, but the way this thing sticks out at you, it's like right in your lap. But man, this thing is beautiful though. And for just, you know, like I say, if somebody's gonna steal your car, if they want it that bad, they'll find a way to get it. But if you can, you know, give yourself time to be able to get outside and you know, I ain't gonna say interfere with them or try and stop them. I mean, you know, you can't take the law in your own hands, but if you can at least, you know, give yourself a few minutes to get out there to try and you know, or put something on your car to kind of prevent them from wanting to steal it. I mean, this right here is actually a very nice kit in my opinion, man. I really like these. These are made for you know, a lot of the race cars, because, you know, they have roll bars, roll cages in the cars, and it's made for them to be able to pop the steering wheel off. You pop it off the hub, you hang the steering wheel up, and you can get in and out the car without, you know, with being able to climb over the roll cage in the car. So that was the purpose of that. But yep, she works the way she's supposed to. So now the steering wheel is installed. So we're gonna go ahead, tighten these bolts up, pop it off, and then install the lock mechanism on the hub and show y'all how that works. I'm digging it, man. This dude did right. He spent his money wisely, I believe. This is very, very nice. He picked out his own steering wheel, picked out his own kit, his own horn button, and shit, dude, I give him an A+ for that. This shit is badass. So now we do have a parasitic draw on this car somewhere, so that will be our next step. Maybe we'll make a video on that, but for now we're almost done with this one. I didn't do any time lapse. I'm trying to cut down my times on my videos. I noticed a lot of people are just clicking through them and hurrying up and getting out of them, so I'm gonna try not to keep my videos all like long, drawn out, taking up too much people's time. But like I say, man, I'm just trying to make them very informative, because there are some videos that I saw, that I watched and learned how to install certain things or do certain things on the cars, and they weren't that deep. To me, they just weren't that informative, and I saw some things that could have been addressed a little bit more better, more in depth. So that's the reason for me making those longer videos. For those that are doing that specific task on their car, I'm hoping those videos helped y'all out, man. But hey, man, you know, I'm gonna keep saying it over and over. Thank you to everybody that's subscribed to the channel, checking out the videos, you know, hopefully gaining something from watching my videos. Thank you to all y'all, man. And again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. You know, help your boy out a little bit here and there. Like it, you know, share it if you can, but hit that like button, man, because it kind of helps me stay in the algorithm with these builds, with this information to be able to give to y'all. And it helps me stay motivated, man, to keep wanting to put these videos out there for y'all. So like, comment, subscribe, man. It ain't that hard, y'all. But that's it for this steering wheel installation. It wasn't that bad without not having any instructions, and having this dude right here helping me. He watched a bunch of videos on how to do it. It wasn't that hard, man. Yeah, dude, I'm digging this shit, boy.
Yeah, it looks
Ooh, look at that.
Wood.
Look at that. God damn. Horn button works the way it's supposed to. All right, let's go ahead and pop this steering wheel off. So what you do is you grab the hub right here, this handle. It spins all the way around, but you grab the handle like this, you pull it towards you, and the steering wheel pops off. All right, y'all see that? In order to put it back on, you just push the steering wheel on, give it a tug, and she's right there. Once this releases, it'll pop this way towards the hub, and that's what locks it in place. So in order to take it off, pull it towards you, pull the steering wheel, and there you go. All right, so now for the lock mechanism, what I noticed is this button has to be out. You can put the key inside there and you turn it, and once this key pops out, once the little cylinder pops out, you put it pretty much anywhere on your hub, and it should lock in place. It should snap in place.
You got to push the button to lock it.
Oh, all right. So it's on the hub, right? You turn it. Fuck, I don't want to push the button. What am I doing wrong?
I ain't quite sure.
Ah, hell. Y'all seeing this live, man. Well, not live, but you seeing it right here on the video. Man, that's why I hate not having directions for shit.
Yeah, it sucks that they don't include it.
But god damn it, this thing is supposed to line up. There's a ball in there, and it's supposed to line up with any one of these balls up in here. It's supposed to go in there. We just did it a second ago, and it was very easy. It just snapped right on. What the fuck, man?
We might need to take a second to figure this out before we
Yeah, y'all, let me cut this video off real quick and figure this shit out, and then we'll cut you back on here in a second. Okay, y'all, I think we got it figured out. So what you do is you push your lock on the hub, you turn it until
you're gonna feel
when
it
you
seat.
turn it, you're gonna feel it like seat in place. Okay, it's gonna stop. Now you can turn it to the left counterclockwise and it's gonna stop. You can't push your lock button, but you turn it all the way clockwise until it stops. Turn it to the right till it stops. You push your lock button and that locks it in place. It ain't coming off. That right there just spins freely. Okay, so in order to unlock it, you get your key, you unlock it, you wait till the little cylinder pops out the hole. Again, you can't turn it to the left or to the right. You can't turn it clockwise. In order to take this off, you have to turn it counterclockwise and then pop it off. Okay, so in order, recap, to put it on, you push it on the hub, turn it clockwise till it stops, push your cylinder in, that locks it in place. It ain't going nowhere. All right, in order to get it off, put your key in the cylinder, you unlock it till you turn the key until the little cylinder pops out. You turn this counterclockwise and pop it off your hub. Then you put your steering wheel on. Bam. She's locked in. Nice and sturdy. Ain't going nowhere. Horn works. Alright, so that's it. Good to go. That right there will conclude the video of the NRG. What is it called again?
Quick release
disconnect. Quick release hub. And Forever Sharp steering wheel. None of this stuff was sponsored. We don't have any sponsors on anything yet. This kid bought everything out of his own money. So kudos to him for that. But that's conclude this video, y'all. And I'm sorry I wasn't able to speak correctly, man. I'm super tired. I did a full 8-hour shift today, which ain't a lot to some people. It's a lot to me. My back was hurting very, very bad today. I had to make an emergency appointment to go see my surgeon tomorrow. I gotta get x-rays. I think I might have damaged something in my back, the hardware in my back. So y'all say some prayers for your boy, man. But that's gonna conclude this video, y'all. The NRG quick release system. I give it an A+, man. I love it. I like it. I didn't know what to think about it at first, just seeing all the parts scattered with no directions. But this dude figured it out, and we got it installed, man. I like it. I'm digging the steering wheel he picked out. So
super clean.
real nice. So now y'all out there YouTube land, man, thank you again. Thank you for all the subs, likes, comments. Hit that subscribe button, man. All right, Mexican Leads Therapy Garage, man, we're out.
Mexican Leads Therapy, wrenching in the garage. Wet paint dripping smooth, call it a mirage. Gold teeth popping, boots scratch the pavement. Hood legend status, I'm Texas entertainment. Low for life, rolling deep on chrome spokes. Swinging wide in Texas, watch all the hits provoke. AC blowing clean, sunroof doing its thing. Saginaw born king with that southern swing. Props to the engine humming strong under the hood. Fresh like tortilla, smell of grease in the wood. Interior